It was on 24th April 2012, between 5:15 and 6:30 p.m.
Millie, not her real name due to the nature of this story, vividly remembers the events of April 24th this year, a day she says she will never forget.
After my daily routine duties, as a routine, I locked the office and got into my immediate boss's office to tell him that I'm off the day. When I got in, he locked me in his office and sexually harassed me.
A man she had held in high esteem, her boss, attacked and raped her.
This was very hard for me to speak it up because it's something that I didn't expect, specifically from a person I trusted, and somebody, in that case, in that matter, somebody I couldn't think that could do that to me.
But with courage and support from her loving husband, Millie gathered herself up and physically reported the matter at the police station, a process that later turned ugly because the people she thought would protect her ended up turning against her.
The perpetrator also accused me of false allegations, and then the people the officers who interviewed me now on the other end of false allegations used very humiliating language to me. They humiliated me before my employer.
Millie's case falls under the Sexual Offences Act of 2006, which defines sexual offences and provides for the prevention of such crimes and protection of those who fall victim to illegal sexual acts. According to Daphne Nyaboke, a legal counsel with FIDA Kenya, a sexual offence is considered a criminal offence and carries a heavy penalty.
This is an offence, having a sexual act with a person above the age of 18 years without their consent. Then we have the offence of defilement. This is a sexual offence against someone below the age of 18 years. And here we are talking about either a man or a woman, a female child or a male child. So, and again, we have offences of gang rape. We have incest. We have offences, the unlawful transmission of HIV, which is fairly a new type of offence in Kenya.
She says cases and types of sexual offences vary with different towns.
For example, when you go to Mombasa, cases of defilement are higher as compared to cases of rape. And when you go to Kisumu again, you'll see an instance where defilement is higher. And again, when you come to Nairobi, you see that incidences of rape are higher compared to defilement.
If one is sexually offended, Nyaboke says it is important for one to immediately report the incident to the police.
That particular incident should be reported to the police station. Then, depending on the nature of injuries that that particular person has, then the next step is to take her or him to the hospital to receive medical attention. It's very important for people who have experienced sexual violence to be taken to hospital within 72 hours so they can receive treatment and be put on medication to avoid the transmission of HIV. Then from there, of course, it's the police who are supposed to take up the matter, investigate, arrest the perpetrator, and then, of course, the person is supposed to be taken to court for the legal process to take place.
It is also important for someone who has been sexually offended to have a strong support system to move on.
We are looking at even the relationship between her husband, between herself and the husband. They have a strained relationship. The issues of even trusting, the issue of trust diminishes. Because when you take her case, for instance, this is an offense that was committed to her by a man. And remember, her husband is also a man. So we are looking at the psychosocial effect. We are looking at the relationship effect.
That said, Millie had to move up country to deal with the ensuing trauma.
I have one kid, and to take that kid at home to my parents, to take care of that kid for 2 months, because I couldn't coordinate, I couldn't do anything.
And if you know someone who has been sexually assaulted, please offer them support. For Millie, her husband has been her source of strength.
as a man, knowing that your wife has been raped, it's not very easy. But I thank God that for him, God has given him grace to support me, even at such a time.
At the end of it all, Millie is hopeful that the culprit will be brought to book and justice shall be served. Reporting for Citizen Weekend, I am Kirigo Ngarwa.